Hi everyone, technical difficulties today, so I'm recording this for like a second, third time. So I'm using the Patina Mixed Media Inks by Donna Salazar, and I love these. I'm not paid by her, I'm not on her design team, so don't think I'm trying to sell them to you because of that. I'm not, I just love playing with them. That taupey colored one is called Honey, and I'm pretty sure that blue was Patina. Yeah, that's Patina. It's pretty. So because these are so wet and they're a pigment ink, I wanted to set them. So I covered the whole page in UTEE. So this got my mind racing, like how can I work on top of a UTEE page, because this is completely non-porous, but I knew that this isn't where I wanted the page to stay. So there's the magic of heat embossing right there. As you can see, I'm not using my Ranger heat gun. I like the other ones. This is, I think, a Recollections heat tool from Michaels. But Doris makes a good one. And so anyway, yeah, heat embossing is fun. So plus it sets that ink so that it's permanent. It essentially traps the ink in, so it's great. Good stuff. So there's an up-close look of how it looks. It's so cool and textured. If you wanted a smoother look, you could do another layer of the UTEE with either some Versamark or some more of the Donna Salazar inks, and then another layer of the UTEE, and it should smooth out. So I remembered a technique that Kellie Murton told me long time ago, and she's like, you have to try it, and I'm like, okay, I will, and I always meant to and just never did. So then I was like, I'm going to use that technique Kellie taught me. So I got out my alcohol inks, and I think I used like butterscotch as that warm orangey yellow color, and then I think this is denim, this blue. So they're all by Ranger. I have some Pinata ones too, but I was using the Rangers because I went for a more grungy look on this. So then I used, this is just straight rubbing alcohol in a spray bottle, and I'm sure it'll probably kill me one day because I have it in a spray bottle, but oh well, I made pretty stuff. So all artists have to die young. That's how you appreciate them, you see. So when I flicked it, it picked up some of that color, so you could see some of the Donna Salazar ink, the true colors underneath, and it gave it some variation. But it also created this matte finish because the alcohol ink dries on top of the UTEE. So the technique that Kellie was telling me about was if you use alcohol ink on top of UTEE, it essentially sinks the alcohol ink into the UTEE, so that it's no longer sitting on top, but it actually, you know, sinks it in. So that's what I did. Plus, it made, instead of the matte finish, it gave me a really shiny finish. So I was like, oh, that's cool. So I was like, I'm going to keep going with this. So pretty much after every layer, you're going to see I'm heating. So I left a lot of heating footage in this. This is the sepia archival ink with a Tim Holtz flourish stamp, and I'm just building up some more texture, creating some visual texture, because God knows there's plenty of tactile texture on this. And if you're confused by texture, make sure you check out my video, which is on my channel, about visual texture versus tactile texture. And again, I'm just doing some more stamping. This is another Tim Holtz stamp. And I will tell you that when you heat the images, the ink tends to separate a little bit, so you're not going to get a really super crisp image, but it's great for background images. You don't have to worry about cleaning off part of your stamp. You can just stamp it exactly where you want it, and then you can wipe a little bit of it away, but it will kind of naturally make it funky for you. So it's great. It kind of blends it into the background and makes the image not perfect, which I love. So now if you wanted a perfect image, you'd want to stamp before you put the UTEE on. So there you go. So this is another Tim Holtz stamp and some color box pigment ink. I wanted a different brown just to try to do some get some variations in the color. Ends up not being that different, so once you heat it, it kind of sinks into the background and then almost turns into the same color as the other the sepia archival ink I was using. So, oh well, lesson learned. So then I pulled out some ephemera. I had this telegram is actually a stamp I have, and it's on some Tim Holtz craft glassine, and you just crunch it all up, and then I stamped with archival ink, and I'll get back to that in a minute. So that's something I made. So this is an old vintage library card, I believe, and I am distress inking it with Wild Honey, which is a orangey yellow. It's more yellow than it is orange, but it's got some orange in it, so it's a pretty color. And then I'm also going in with some tumbled glass, which when the two mix make this really pretty green, and since there were some kind of green hues from the alcohol inks blending, I figured I'd go with that. So I'm using pumice stone around the edge of the telegram thing that I made. And that thing is not a library card, it's a postal telegraph cable company. This card shall be returned to the sending. I don't know. It's from like 1913 or something. Or 1973? I don't know. It's old. It's older than I am, so it's old. So I'm using some Donna Salazar inks. Again, this is the leather, and I'm going right around the edge. I'm just tapping it right on the edge, and then I just feathered it using my finger, and just to make it look kind of burnt. So then I sprayed some water onto that card just to get that mottled look. I glued the two pieces of paper together with Aleene's tacky glue, and then I used hot glue to glue down that whole thing. Now the hot glue did come up, so I ended up using, I think, Fabri-Tac to help glue it back down. I think in the future, if you're going to try this technique with the UTEE, it ended up separating, the glue ended up separating the paper from the UTEE. So my recommendation would be to use something super heavy duty like E6000 or something. So I am using, I think these are Graphic 45, don't quote me. But they're stickers, letter stickers, and I just spelled out Days Gone By. And this is more of that leather Donna Salazar mixed media ink in leather, and then I used my finger to just kind of smush it out and make it more feathered. Then again, heating to sink the color back into the background. And again, when it does that, it kind of separates the ink, so it's going to create some natural variations, which I think is cool. So, I mean, you know, it's not a perfect edging of the ink, so, but it's cool. It looks great. I was really happy with the way this page came out. So now I'm using my Stabilo All pencil and just going right around the edges of the letters to help those pop out a bit. And let's see, that's pretty much that. I'm going to end up heating these letters. I hot glued them down. I'm going to end up heating the letters, and I ended up shifting one of them, and it moved the All pencil, and it made me mad, but I think I fixed it after I recorded everything. So, and if you see all those dollar bills, no, I'm not a hooker. My son wanted to buy a video game on his DS, and in order to do so, he had to give us money from his piggy bank, so he had to do it right then and there, so that's why I have a whole bunch of dollar bills. So there's the page, and really fun technique. So get out your UTEE and your alcohol inks, and go check out Kellie Murton if you haven't already. Thank you, Kellie, for this awesome technique. It was a lot of fun, and I hope to talk to you all soon. Feel free to like, subscribe, find me on Facebook, Imperfect Impulses with Aaron, and anywhere on social media, I'm Imperfect Impulses. So check me out. Talk to you later. Bye.